Howdy, folks. Jay Keaty here. The atheist community is gradually shifting to a position of agnosticism to challenge the very ontology of what God is. In this, we know full well there exists no positive, coherent ontology for a God, which in turn invalidates the entire theist-atheist debate, since the first rule of Aristotle's classic logical thought is not met. The average theist is attempting to pull a trump card by attacking this position on several fronts, or a couple. Let's look at these. One of them is misunderstanding or misrepresenting the meaning of the requirements that we are setting forth. The word positive is not meant as absolute or definitive. It just means affirmative. A ball is a spherical shape, or a cube is a block, are both affirmative statements and tell us what the object is. Negative is used as the opposite of affirmative. A ball is not triangular, or a cube is not round, are negative attributes, and do not tell us what they are. They tell us what they are not. This does nothing to describe what they are unless you were to totally eliminate every possible primary attribute but the one that you are trying to get at. Now, this attempts to use the process of elimination to arrive at a conclusion, but since there are countless numbers of attributes that things are not, the use of negative attributes is not helpful in describing what something is. So now we come to the second thing that theists do to try to discredit our line of thought. The theist is attempting to use a tout-cocu logical fallacy by showing that many things other than their God are described without using affirmative attributes, by asking us to describe words like darkness, emptiness, and the like. And then when they're explained, we use the normal method of saying that they're the opposite of or the lack of something, and they claim that these are negative attributes, not telling them what it is. This is one version of a straw man fallacy, by misrepresenting what we mean as a negative attribute. But I'm going to entertain them for just a minute, and I'm going to show them what I am meaning here in this video. Here we have a beaker. Now we're going to call the beaker's capacity C. Its capacity is 15. Now it could be milliliters, ounces, or whatever. Let's just call them units for the purpose of this video in international use. Now V will be its volume. Now we're going to set the volume as 5. The affirmative measurement is fullness. The negative measurement is how empty the beaker is. A negative attribute is different than that of a negative measurement. Saying that the beaker does not have holes in it is a negative attribute. While that statement may or may not be true, it still fails to tell us the information that we want to know. A negative measurement, on the other hand, is used when the partial absence of something is measurable. In this case, it is the remaining capacity of the beaker. Mathematically, we can show how this works in simple formula. Fullness is the volume as opposed to a completely empty beaker, or fullness equals 0 plus the volume. Now, since all affirmative measurements are from ground zero, so we just go with the fullness equals the volume. Emptiness is the capacity of the beaker minus the volume, resulting in the remaining capacity of the beaker. Now, using mathematical formulae, we know if there is one constant, we can determine one variable when we know the other one. Same goes for the amount of light. From total brightness to total darkness, the scale is divided accordingly. The brightness of an area is the exact opposite of the darkness of the area on the scale of the totality of the light source's ability to illuminate the area. So, in short, when theists use this lame attempt to stump atheists, refer them to this video so they can learn just how silly they are being. Now, I hope this clarifies things for you, and we are still waiting for an affirmative, coherent ontology for God, theists. Let's see if we could do it, huh?